Coming in next are Matt and Tammy Miller Show Pigs, tags 26 and 27. 26 is the Spot Gilt, 27 is the Tamworth Gilt. Spot Gilt's a He's the One. Josie, which she was a pit crew. Spot entry is a full tip to their Sweethearts entry last year that was champion spot and third overall at Team Purebred for the Hall family. Sired by He Is the One, which they have there on stud, and was sired the 2023 Grand Barrow overall. Josie, of course, is a pop, had a lot of success in the 21-2022 show season. Then the Tamworth, the Petting Zoo Peaches. The Tamworth program has been Hannah's project for FFA and SAE, and one that's become very successful. Sired by Petting Zoo at Crossroads, and is full sib to the champion Tam Gilt there at the Peach State Regional that Team Purebred puts on. Dam also has reserved Tamworth at the 2022 State Fair, and just laid in a ton of competitive Tamworths. Again, lots from Matt and Tammy Miller family. 26 is the Spot, 27 is the Tam.
I know Travis just mentioned about Yanis's spots, and if you think about how Yanis got his start in the spotted breed was a gilt he purchased from the Miller family there at Duncan several years ago, and I think if you really just dig down and study a lot of spot pedigrees, it goes back to this place and this firm and what they believe in and what they've done. The January gilt they bring us, I think, is a really, really stout outlier for this breed in terms of density. The Tamworth gilt is one for sure that looks like just a neat kind of pig that has the right link and extension and look. A good pair from Matt and Tammy Miller and kids. Really nice set.
All right, next coming in is S&K 92 and 93. 92 is the Dark Cross. 93 is the Yorkshire. Dark Cross is sired by Endgame. Dam is Major League Red 7. Grandma was the Grand at LSU in 2019, and the great-grandma is the Foundation Fortune sow that they still have around today that's laid in a great deal of champions there and had a ton of success at S&K. Then the Yorkshire is a Lonesome UFC. That UFC is actually the $42,500 gilt that was purchased from Sheldon's there that won the Southwest Regional, Eastern Regional, in Kansas City that originated from the Trace program. In her first litter, she raised the 2 York boards that stand at Southern Gold, Restore, and Revive. She also had the reserve champion gilt at the Oklahoma State Fair and Reserve Division 1 at the Southwest Regional in 2023. So again, 2 excellent entries here from S&K. 92 is the Dark Cross, 93 is the York.
Yeah, Stauffer's obviously have been in the crossbred game since the start of time, and that crossbred gilt comes out, and man, she is one good-looking one that's still built, I think, for the long haul, and being her sired by Endgame, the Endgame thing's always been good, but it caught another streak there after a great last spring where Goss had granted reserve at OYE, and so many of those pigs fed extremely well. I think that the Endgame thing's good, and as Ben said, the Endgame pedigree with a little new twist of some dominant stuff on the bottom side of the major league stuff, so a little different. It's usually switched around there, but I think that gilt is very, very intriguing. The right maturity pattern, huge hind leg, and really square. Looks like one you could feed for a good while and be very, very competitive on down the way. The Yorkshire program, I know that Stauffer's always had Yorks for a good while, and recently acquired a George Watson herd, and I know that this one maybe necessarily doesn't go down to that, but these guys want to get serious about the Yorkshire deal, and they bought this gilt from the Danner crew there. Sheldon's had. She was the grand overall gilt there at Kansas City and Southwest Regional and the Eastern Regional. That sow's done a really, really good job in her short amount of time. Sired by Lonesome, the Stolquist boar. Those hogs have been, people have liked them, and I think they're the big ring kind of Yorkshire gilts, and very, very proven pedigree on both sides. I think these guys, no strangers to the backdrop, and I think gilts like this can keep going.
Coming in next is GNS. They're going to drop in their spot, and then they'll bring you a pair of dark crosses next. The spot gilt here is in the ring. She's a white line, shoot to thrill, full throttle. Dam was pick of the farm from Loudermilk in 2022. That was highly successful. That full throttle sow would be famously known as the mom of the door and Geyer gilts from the summer of 21. And if you saw those gilts and those shows, they're highly competitive and obviously have gone on to generate here. Again, this is a 42 spot gilt from GNS.
I know when you think about GNS, you think about the crossbred program they built, but certainly I talked to Garrett last week in their connection, and we talked about spots probably more than we talked about crosses, and I know he's really excited to bring this particular gilt out of the Loudermilk firm, and certainly needs no introduction. I think a very, very high-end January spot gilt here, sired by White Lines out of a gilt they purchased from Loudermilk.
Coming in next, got a pair of dark crosses, and we've got 44 and 43. 44 is this more traditionally marked one, and then 43 is the kind of red spotted up one here in front of us. 43 is a wide awake tricked out. Dam would be our 16K purchase from Kilmer at Holy Smoke that Aubrey Mahan drove successfully in Oklahoma. Grandma was raised the champion heavy and dark cross at San Antonio. A really good litter there, and certainly this is the only gilt that's actually going to be offered out of that particular litter. Then 33.8, again, the one that Garrett's on here, tag 44 is her number. Wide awake, next contestant never before. Mate Brothers bring 20K last weekend in Cloverdale. Dam is a mate to the Barrow that wins PT Barrow Battle a few years back, and the grandma produced Trick Pony. That's at Hoff Schulte's and Hammond Williamson gilt that's been successful in Oklahoma. So again, 43 and 44 from GNS.
Really neat pair from GNS. I believe that the belted one would be 33-8. That'd be a wide awake. The wide awake deal's been very, very good out of the gate. That's the Stauffer hog there. That's that premium blend. And I think these pigs have just an awesome maturity pattern. Look like ones that will be good jackpot gilts, but probably most importantly, look like ones that could be lasting and make it a while into the summer. Well, that calico gilt's extra, extra heavy duty. She's a wide awake, tricked out, really good pair from GNS.
Coming in next is a Far Stock Farm tag 67 with a Duroc. This one's sired by Cry About It. The Dam is a whip and spur. Dam's a litter mate to Let It Rip that sold through the draft to premium blend there in 2022. She was a whip and spur Dunk City. This one's sired by the Heimerboar that won Louisville and brought 90 there at High Point. Again, this is Far Stock Farm tag 67 Duroc gilt.
Yeah, Fars have been around a long time, and I'm surprised Tom hadn't got her whip broke, to be completely honest with you. But no, these guys have obviously been around forever, but their Duroc program used to be kind of sneaky good, but other ones have tried, and these gilts are good that they're showing and they have out there. I know personally myself and others have tried to buy them, and they've sandbagged and kept them themselves. And gilts like this, very unique kind of a pedigree at the same time. Big ring type of potential gilts that are still real heavy structured. It looks like one that can be a true generator in terms of having that extra shape, bone, and still the right amount of build and design to make the big ring. I think a very, very neat opportunity here that Far Stock Farms bring you.
Coming in next is Schwecke with a pair of dark cross gilts, tag 106 and 107. 106 is this one closest to the announcer's table. 107 would be 139-6 if you're reading ear notches. First one here, a Wide Awake, My Intention, incredible litter of pigs that's stout featured and have a long feeding window. Grandma would be the King of the Hill, Bird Vision, that's a mate to the heavyweight Hamp at San Antonio in 2020. And Mother is one of their favorite young sows they have. Again, she was highly competitive there for a family shown in Nebraska. Then we have 107 here, and she's a Wide Awake, Next Intention, Pawn Star. Mom was a 104 next litter, mate to Buckle Up's mom, the Everhart gilt from Louisville, and Last Minute at the collection, as well as many others. One of their favorite gilts that they've held back here this spring for Sweethearts. Again, one that they're very excited about, and I think you certainly can see why. I got an awesome pedigree, but an incredible phenotype as well. That's 106 and 107. 107 is the one that Mr. Haggie's on. 106 is the other one up here. It's kind of narrow belted or off belted on this left side.
Well, I know a shout out to Schwecky. He's not here. He's at home taking care of sick kids and a sick wife. It's a good decision, Zach, to stay home. Very, very good call. And did a good job sending pigs. Obviously, Schwecky needs no introduction, and I tell you what, this 106 I'm drawn to from a stoutness perspective. She's sired by Wide Awake on a My Intention sow, and then the one that Owen's on is a Wide Awake on a Next Intention sow. I think an awesome pair. I think they're a little different in what they offer. Both very, very high quality. Whether you're looking to buy a foundation gilt or win this summer, I think both those options are available from Schwecky pair.
Coming in next is Cole Genetics, tag 90. A picture of this, Affliction Anchorman. Mom is an up-and-coming second parity sow. She's half sister to Timber at Tres Amigos, the Nate Myers that raised the